Hey guys, welcome back to the Dev Marketing Show. In this video, we're going to be doing part 38 of our series on how to build a blog using Laravel. Alright, so we've made it a long way. We've been working on tags for quite some time. We're getting near the end of the tags process here. And in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the show, the update, and the edit functions of our tags. Not the delete quite yet, but just those show, update, and edit. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. It's pretty straightforward. Again, we've done a lot of this before, so it shouldn't be anything shocking for you guys. So let's go ahead and just do it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this function. Again, what I wanted to let you guys know is that I'm going to be focusing on the show and the update and the edit functions of our tag model at this point, or our tag controller. So really quick, let me just go ahead. Let's open up our project on the server, PHP artisan serve, and let's go ahead and do that. Localhost 8000. All right, we're looking great. And okay, so what I want to show you guys what we're going to be doing today is we've got our tags over here. We've got the ability to manage kind of all of our tags, and that's great. We can create a new tag. What we need is the ability to kind of view the current tags and also to edit them, maybe if you want to change the name. And that's what we're going to be, and then obviously when you save the edit, then we'll do the update. So the show, the edit, and the update, that's our focus of this video today. Now, the one thing that I want to kind of mention, because I got a couple emails about this, people that have jumped ahead, and I do apologize because if you're watching this while I do this, I know that the temptations to jump ahead, and I think you totally should, and I just apologize because I just can't make the videos fast enough. Like, maximum, if I spend a whole day, which is like from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., 8 p.m., something like that, if I spend that whole block of time, which is like 10, 11, 12 hours, I can make at most 3 videos a day. That's just the way it is. I just want you guys to kind of know the perspective of how much time it takes to make a video. These videos take 30 minutes or so. I usually film it. I usually have a couple little takes in there, so 30 minutes turns into an hour. Then I've got to watch the whole video through and edit it. So that's at least, if it's a 30-minute video, it's at least 30 minutes because I watch it through, but it's usually much longer because I have to watch certain parts over and over again to get it right. And then I've got to pull, I actually have to do 2 stages of editing, so then I got to pull it into Premiere and do it there. And then, so there's a few other things there, some graphics and blah, blah. So anyway, it really, you wouldn't realize it, but a 30-minute video can actually burn like 5 or 6 hours of creating it. So anyway, just want you guys to know that. That's why I can't pump out the videos as quickly as I want. But what I was going to say about that is if you jumped ahead, you might run into problems with deleting posts now. And because I started getting emails about this, and I just want to say that that's actually expected. We're going to talk about that in the next video. The reason that this video is only the show, the update, and the edit functions, and not the delete function, is because the delete function is going to be its own video. That's the next video. And deleting's a little bit different when you have relational databases that are all tied in, these many-to-many relationships. You can't have orphans. You can't delete portions, like you can't delete the post and then leave a many-to-many relationship in your pivot table, and you just can't do that. And so that runs into some problems, and sometimes you might get errors Laravel not allowing you to delete it and stuff like that. And we'll talk about that in the next video because there's some stuff you got to do with deleting that you need to know. Okay, so this video is focused on show, update, and edit and update. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make some buttons over here that say basically show and edit. So, or view. Maybe we'll just link this. You could click on the marketing. It'll open up as a page. It'll be its own little page. It'll show the marketing tag, and then it will probably show all the posts that marketing tag is visible in, and then it will also, that's basically it. It'll show the total number of posts that are there. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll have an edit button as well where you could go and you could edit the marketing tag to say something else. That's what we're going to focus on in the video. So let's do it. Okay, so back over to Sublime. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, you know that this is going to be happening in our tag model. So we should be able to come up here to HTTP controllers tag model, or tag controller. I'm sorry. I can't mix those up. Tag controller. It's not the model. Okay, so we know we've got the show function, we've got the edit function, and the update function. This is what we're working on. Let's start with the show because that's the one that's going to be pretty easy. So everyone should be getting the hang of this. You're going to do tag equals, or you just make any variable, tag equals tag, and then we're going to find it by the ID. Now we know we can find it by the ID because we pulled in the ID here, and we know we have access to tag because it should say up here that we can use this. It's namespaced in. We're good to go, right? Okay, so tag, we found it by the ID. That's basically all we need to do. Now we can return the view. We're going to return the view called tags. Is it tags? I think it's tags. Let's just resources, views. It's tags. Okay, and then we'll make another thing down here. So it's going to be tags.show. Tags.show, and then we're going to pass in tag. So we'll say with tag, and that'll equal tag. Pretty basic stuff. That's all there is for show. We'll go ahead and we're gonna make this view here in a, well, let's just go ahead and make the view now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save that, and then over here, so now I'm in my resources, views, tags, and then we need to make a file called show. Save that, show.blade.php. All right, there we go. And let's go ahead and get it set up. So we know that it extends our classic main document. We know that we need a title, and we're going to set that title equal to well, what we're going to do here, actually we can just do tag name space, and then we'll just do tag. So this will pull out the name of the tag. So if it's the marketing tag, it'll say marketing, and then it will just say tag. Let's go ahead and save that. And you can see here, if I save it, that up here it should say Laravel marketing tag. Okay, now the reason it compiles that is with the interpolation, which is because we did the double quotation marks. So if we did this with single quotation marks, it wouldn't work. It would actually render out this tag. It would actually render this out directly. So let's go ahead and save this, refresh. Now you can see up here that it renders it out directly. So you need those double quotation marks. That's the difference between double quotation marks and single quotation marks. All right. Nice little side note. You guys should remember, I think we discussed that at a previous time. I can't remember though. All right. That's our section. Next is our last section. We need content. And then we'll do an end section down here. And then we'll do our stuff here in the middle. And all right, so we already have our container. We don't need to do that. So what we're going to do basically at this point is we're just going to go ahead. Let's make an H1. And this H1 tag is going to be, it's going to have the name of our tag. So we'll do tag name. And then we'll do space tag. And close that H1 up. So we'll just have, it'll say basically marketing tag, PHP tag. And then, oh, and then I wanted to put the count in here is the other thing that I was going to do. So, oh no. Yes, the count. So what we're going to do is if you come over to Get Bootstrap, we can do, well, I'm not going to show you. We'll just, I'll just tell you. You can do this little tag called a small. And inside the small, it basically just makes like a smaller text. And inside of this title here, that's like a little gray or lighter gray. And we're going to put the total number of tags, or the total number of posts that this tag links to. So we're going to do the number of posts. And we'll do that by just doing tag posts and then count. And I actually think we need to do the parentheses. Okay, let's go ahead and give that a try. Obviously, we need to put that in Blade. I don't know why I didn't do that. And save it, refresh, and you can see in here, so marketing tag is visible in 3 different posts. So what's happening here is we open up our SQL Pro and log in, go to our blog database, and if we go to post tag, you can see that, for example, the marketing tag, which is that tag number 1? Marketing is tag number 1. Okay, so tag number 1, there's one post that links to it, post number 9. Here's a number, tag number 1, it links to post number 5, and tag number 1 links to post number 6. So there's 3 tags that are 3 posts that are linked to this tag. And so that's what we did here. All right, so it says marketing tag, 3 posts. And if we wanted, we could maybe put some parentheses in here or something. I'll just leave it that way. It looks good. And then what we're going to do is below that, we're going to actually list all the posts that it's visible in. So what we should maybe do, let's do a button over here that says edit, and then we'll put that underneath it. All right. You guys can see I'm kind of going at the hip here. I'm not going to have this one be quite as edited because it's pretty basic stuff. Okay, so next, actually, in order to do what we were just talking about, we need to wrap this in like a row, and then we'll wrap this item here in like a column MD, just like a 6 or an 8. We'll just do an 8. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set another column over to the right, which will just be the last part, the MD4. And then this will actually contain the button that says edit this tag. Okay. So for that, we'll just do an anchor tag. And we'll come back to this in a second. Set our class equal to btn large and btn primary. And we'll just say edit. Okay. Let's and then let's do a pull right. Pull right. That'll just pull the button over to the right. Let's go ahead and save that. Let's refresh. You can see now that it says edit up here. That's good. Actually, it's too big of a button, so we'll just do a normal size button. So let's get rid of the large. Okay, there we go. If we really wanted to get into it, we could space it. It's kind of weird spacing, but let's just check real quick. So what spacing's up here? There's a margin up here. For those of you guys that don't know, if you're in Chrome at least, you can actually just right-click, highlight it. Down here, it gives you a little, it tells you everything. So there's 20 pixel margin on top, 10 pixel margin on the bottom. So we know how much pixels is. There's 20 pixels up here. So what I want to do with this is basically give it 20 pixels. You can actually fake it if you want. Click this, and let's see. Pull right, button primary. Well, let's just throw it on this button primary real quick. Let's just do margin, top, 20 pixels. It doesn't save it, but it just shows you what it would look like. So you can change it right there. See, so we had 20 pixels on there, and it looks like it's more even. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to add 20 pixel margin to our button. So let's come back over, and I'm just going to do it style inline. I wouldn't do this if you were doing this on a an official, like if you're going to do this as a permanent production-based app, I wouldn't put inline styles. But for the case of this tutorial, it's much easier. Style equals margin top and 20 pixels. Sorry about that. Let me turn on my do not disturb. Okay. Okay, so margin 20 pixels. So that will now give it that 20 pixel margin on top of the button. The other thing I got thinking about is actually, let's go ahead and do like a 2-column button. And then we'll do a column MD offset too. And then we'll do a column, we'll do a button block is what I think it is. Okay, save that, refresh. Just gives it a little bigger button. Basically what I did here is I made, okay, so this is 8 columns right here. So it basically comes to probably right about here. Then there is 4 columns left over. What I wanted to do was offset it by 2. So there's 2 columns empty. Then there's a 2-column space. And then I said give it the button block just gives it 100% width. So it expands the whole area instead of just filling in for the text. It just looks a little nicer in my opinion. Okay, well, we're getting distracted on stupid stuff. So let's get moving on. So down below, let's go ahead and add our all the posts that link to it. So we'll just do a table probably. So let's just grab the table code real quick. I think it's pretty basic if I remember right. I think it's just table with a class of table. Like this one's probably fine. And it's just a table with a class of tables. So let's go ahead and do that. Back over here. Okay, so we've got all this. Then let's go ahead and we'll make a new row. And we'll just do a full body, a full width row. And then inside of that row, we'll go ahead and make a table. And we'll give that table a class of table. And then inside of here, this is where we're going to set up our T head. And then inside of that, we're going to set up our, I think a table row. Yes. And then we set up a TH. And that TH is going to be the ID number. And this TH is going to be the name of the title of the blog post. And then what else do we want to have in here? We could list all the tags if we wanted. Or we could do we don't really have much. We could do the created at. We'll just put all the tags. That'll be kind of fun. And that's basically it. That's all I can think of. We'll just do a button. We'll just do an empty TH here, and these will be our buttons. Okay, so next what we need to do is we're going to do our T body down below. Inside of the T body, we need a table row. Inside of the table, and actually that's all we need. So we need to loop this now, put this into a loop for each. And then we're going to set tag posts as post. Like that. And then we'll just end our for each down here. All right. And then inside of here, we'll do another TH and we'll give the post ID. Oh, we got to put like that. And then we're going to do a TD and we'll do a the post title. And then we're going to do the tags. So to do the tags, what we're going to do is, this is actually a little trickier. We're going to have to, technically we would make another loop inside of here. Okay, and then inside of here, we just need to do a span tag. Give the span tag class of label default, and then the value will be the post or the tag name. Just like that. Let's go ahead and just take a look at this. Come back over here and refresh. And perfect, it works the way we wanted it to. All right, so let me just real quick explain what I did here, just for those that might be confused. I wasn't really talking very much in there. Okay, so, all right, so we set up all of our stuff, no surprise there. So this is just the table, the normal table function. So you wrap everything in table like you did here. And then there's two sections for a table. You have your table head, and then you have your table body. So the table head is basically this first line up here. We have our ID number, the title, and the tags. And then the second part of our, then the second part is the body. So everything else below that's the table body. And so we're making it one row at a time. Got it? So down here, so that's why we have this loop right here. We basically loop, and inside of here, we loop through every single post that's associated with that tag. All right? So we know that the tag is associated with many posts, so we do tag posts, and then there's obviously a bunch of tags associated with it. So then every time we loop through this, we just grab one post out of it, and we access it with this variable here called post. That post will have the same properties that we normally would have if we were just pulling a post out of a normal database. So just like how we can in other times, we can grab the post ID, the post table, the post tags. We can grab all of that. well, this is almost like a loop. Well, anyway, so we grab the post ID, we grab the post title. That's all hunky dory. Then inside of this last row, we wanted to go through all of the tags. So we wanted to find the tags that are associated with this post, and we know that there's always going to be at least a marketing tag, but there might be other tags. So we just wanted to show those. So that's why we need to loop through it, because we don't know if there's one tag or 100 tags, and so we're going to loop through all the tags associated with this post. Okay, so we have another loop inside of our other loop. Okay, so coming back over, so we're looping through this every time we find a post, but then when we hit this, we loop through this every time until we run out of tags for the post that we're currently working on. And then when we're done with that, then we get to the bottom and we move to the next post. And then on that post, we'll loop through all those tags and then come back down and loop to the next post. Okay, so that's basically what's happening. Every time we do a span tag, we have these classes label. It just gives it that little box around the thing, and then we output the name of the tag. So we're basically taking every post and then looping through every tag in every post. All right, and then we come up with this. Now, the last thing I forgot is we were going to have a button that said like view. So we need a button. So we're going to do an anchor tag, and let's do a class of just button default, which is just a tiny like white button, nothing fancy. And then let's do button small, and then so it's just a smaller button. And then the text of the button will just be it'll just say view. Just like that. Okay, save that. Let's refresh. So this is what it basically looks like. If we wanted to do even a smaller button, there's an extra small. Let's see how that looks. What you do is just instead of SM, you do XS. Save. Remember that all these are bootstrap things. There we go. That actually looks a little better. So you just have a small little button that says view where you can view this marketing post. All right. Now this doesn't link there yet. Let's go ahead and do that. So what we need to do to make that work is we need to come into here and we need to go to our route. And so we're using Blade here for the href, and we're saying route, and we're going to grab the route that we want to link to. So in this case, it's post.show. And then with the second parameter of our route will be the ID number for the post we want to show. So it's going to be this ID number up here. So we just pass in post ID, save that, and then I think we need to do, let's see, where else were we going to do that? Up here. Button, what is this? This is the edit. Let's go ahead and set the route up for this too. So we'll do route, and then we'll set the route will be tags.edit. And this actually needs to be post.show, my bad. But anyway, we'll do tags.edit, and then we need to pass in as a second parameter the ID for the tag. So we're going to say tag, just like we did up here. So we got this tag, so we're going to do tag ID, like that. Okay, so this is going to create a route. This is the edit button. It's going to create a route, or it's going to create the URL for the route tags.edit and send us to the tag ID for this current tag. So we can edit this tag right here. Then down here, everything it's again a link. It's going to go to the view page for the post, and then that post will, so it's posts plural .show, POSTS .show. That's where I messed up. And then we pass in the post for the current ID that we're looped in. All right. And so that'll give it everything we need. So let's save that, refresh. Now we should, if we click over here, you can see this goes to post 9, which makes sense because we know this is ID number 9. This one should be 5. Sure enough, this should be 6. There you go. This edit button looks like it goes to tags 1 edit. This is the first tag. So that one will work too. Now this route, or this view isn't set up. So we'll get an error. Oh, we just get a blank page. But it doesn't work yet because we haven't done edit yet. But that's what it would do. So we're good there. Everything's good. I think it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and close this. And that's what we have for our marketing tags. So now if we go back and we looked at all of our tags again. Oh, we need to make these into links because right now there's nothing we can do. I have to manually type these in. So let's go back to our index for our tags. Let's just make this into a link so we can click on whatever one we want to go to and then have it go to the page we just created. So let's head back over to Sublime. In order to do this, we're on our show.blade page right now, but we need to go to our index. And then down here, we just need to make this into an anchor tag. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to do an anchor tag. For the URL, what we're going to do is go to route, and we're going to go to tags.show, And then we're going to pass in the ID number for the tag we want to access. So it's going to be tag ID. And then we need to give it a class. And we'll give it a class of... oh, this is just a link. We don't need a class. It's fine. But what we need to do is move the name of the tag into the actual content of the link, okay? So the link opens here, and then we have the name of the tag, and then it closes right here. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Let's go ahead and save that, and now we should be good to go. If I refresh here, these are all links. See that? So now if I click marketing, I go to the marketing tags. If I click PHP, I go to the PHP tag. If I click Laravel, I go to the Laravel tag. So you can see that whenever we click on these, it tells you the number of posts, and all of these match that Laravel tag. All right, long post. Doesn't look at anything as related to long post. So we can go, let's just go make one real quick. Posts. Let's grab this marketing post, and we'll say edit. Let's give it the long post. There we go. Save changes. And now if I come back over to tags, and I go to long post, we have one post, and it's the marketing post, and now it shows all 4 tags. So we're good. It's working really, really good, guys. So let's go ahead, finish this. We're done with show now. We're done with the index. So now let's do the edit and the update. Pretty basic stuff, but let's just go through and do it. We're going to go over to Sublime. We can close now our views. We will need to create one more view. So let's go, let's just create a view real quick for our edit tags. So I'm inside the resources, views, and tags, and let's save that. And we'll go to edit.blade.php. And then inside of here, we can go ahead and make our page. So we're going to do extends, and we're going to extend main, and then we're going to do our section, and it's going to be title. The body of the content will be, it'll just be edit tag. Okay, and the last section's content. This is going to be a pretty basic one because there's not really much to do. Oh, sorry. End section. Basically, what we're going to have here is we're going to have there's not much to do. There's only one field that we're editing, so we're just going to have a text field. We'll have a form, but it's only one text field big, and then a submit button that'll save it. So pretty basic stuff. So what we'll do is form open, and then down here we'll do a form close. This just gives us these all are functions or methods, I should say. Okay, so we got that. Then down here we're going to do our text field. So we'll do form text, or not text. Yeah, it's text. That's right, text. And inside of text field, I'm trying to remember if I can remember all this stuff. Oh, we need a label first. So let's do that. Form, label. The name of the label is going to be title. And then the name, let's see. Okay, wait, so hold on. So the name of this one's title. The second parameter is what you actually want the value of the title to be. So, or of the label. So it's going to be title. And then down here, if I can remember this right without looking, I think it's the name that you're using for the text field. So these two need to match. And then I think is it the default value, which is going to be null. And then it's the classes, I believe. So we'll do class, form control. I think that's it. Let me remember that. Let's just go real quick. Edit. Oh, we don't have it set up yet. I think that's right. And then let's come down here and we'll make a submit button. So we'll do form, submit, and then the submit button is the value of the submit. So we'll do save changes. Like that. Okay. Let's go ahead. That should be the thing. So let's try it out now. Let's go back to our tag controller and let's set up our edit function. So for the edit function, once again, we want to grab in our tag and we want to call it tag find it by the ID, just like we did above. And then we're going to return the view. It's going to be tags.edit. And then we'll pass in with tag. Save that. Let's go ahead and refresh. Edit. Okay, so there we go. So we got it. It looks like we didn't style the save button, but basically it looks like it's working. So, and then there's actually one other thing I forgot. Let's come back over here. The one thing I forgot is in our view, we actually don't want to do form open. What we want to do is form model. Form model does the model form binding, so it actually takes that tag model that we have. It's going to pass it into here and fill it in. So it's pretty basic. So first item that we need to do when we do form model is actually give it our tag. We're going to say this is the model that you want to fill into the form. And then the second thing you want to do is an array where you can set all sorts of stuff like the route. And we're going to have the route be the post or tags dot update. And I believe, is that a put? Let's check real quick. PHP artisan routes. Oh, route list. Okay. And let's see here. Tags is down here. Tags.update is a put. Okay, so we need to do a put request. So we set that up. So tags.update, right? Tags.update, yep. And then we need to do a method, and we'll do a put method, like that. And then the last thing we need is just the class, or no, that's it. That's it, yeah. Oh wait, do we need the, oh wait, we do need the ID number is what we need. So we're sending it to tags / and then we need the ID number for the tag. So that means in here under route, we need to set this equal to another array. And we want it to be tags update. And then we want the second parameter of that array to be the ID number. So we'll do tag ID, like that. Okay, now I think we're good. Save changes. Last thing we need to do here is just do that, give it a class. So we'll give it a class. btn success. That's it. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and just refresh. Now you can see it works. Could use some margins up here. I'll just do it really fast. Okay, let's do that real quick. Style. And set the margin top to 20 pixels. Like that. There we go. All right. That's all. What we're not getting, though, is it doesn't seem like it's binding. So let's double check with that. Let's see what's not happening here. Okay, so for model, we have the item. The item should be, let me just double check. Okay, so you know what the problem is I just realized, if you look in our database, and I'm usually a stickler about this, I make sure you guys remember this, and then sometimes even I forget. If we look at our tags, the column name for our tags is not title, it's name. See here, it says name. Remember how I always reiterate that you need these all to match to the database to make it work? That's what happened here. So I did title, which is not what matches. Name is what matches. So now this should work. If I just change this to name, it knows to put the name of the tag in here. All right, so let's try that again. So we come back over here. Now I refresh. Now you can see it says long post. So let's call it now long read instead of long post. Save it. Oh, we haven't saved it, but all right. So we're good. Our edit function's there. Let's just do our update and then we're done. Let's come back over here to our tag controller. Now in the update function, what we need to do is we need to do, okay, so it's going to be tag, we set it equal, and so we're going to find the tag, just like we've been doing. And then once we have the tag, we can run our quick validator. So we could do this validate and pass in the request, and then we just need to pass in one thing basically. It's going to be the name, and we want that equal to a max. Well, we want it to be required, and then we want it to be a max of 255, like that. And that should be basically it. That'll validate the request, and then after that, all we need to do is just do tag and save the name or the new name to over the old name basically, and that's all. Okay, so tag name equals request name. Bam, and then save. Like that. And that's basically it. So now if we wanted, we could just do a success message so that people knew that everything worked correctly. Do we have a session on here? Oh, we do use session. Okay, we're good. Before we do flash messages, you want to make sure you have access to the session namespace. Okay, so session, flash, and we'll call it the success. It's the success message. And we'll just say successfully saved your new tag. And that's basically it. Now we just redirect, return, redirect, and the redirect goes to the route of post or tags index, right? Yeah, index. Or you could do show, whichever you want. Let's do show, post tags.show. So that'll be the individual page for that tag. So it'll show all the posts below it. So tags.show, and that's it. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, so now we're done. We're basically done with this tutorial. So let's go ahead and save this, and let's just check it out real quick. So let's come on over here to tags. You can see all of our tags. We look at quick tips. Where's our long post? Okay, long posts. We got one long post. Let's edit this long post. In here, let's call it long read. Save it. Oh, we're missing a parameter. Okay, for our tags.show, we are missing the actual tag ID is what this is saying. So let's head back over. And as the second parameter in our routes here, we should have caught this. Hopefully one of you guys were yelling at the screen when I messed up. We're going to do tag ID like that. Okay, now we should be good to go. So let's try this again. And now it says long read. So if we come back over to tags, you can see now it says long read. You click it, and now you can see that it's updated here. It updates everywhere that links to it. This is the benefit of having those one-to-one or those relationships. You don't need to save it in multiple places. You change it in one place, and it updates everywhere. So now when you look at our tags, you can see the updated information. For example, with Ruby on Rails, if we wanted to have it be ROR also at the end, save it. You can see now it says Ruby on Rails ROR tag, and you can see that whenever we access the tag, it's got the full new name. All right, so we are all set now. This is looking really, really good. I'm super excited about this. You can see it updated here now as well. Okay, so that's everything, guys. The last thing we have to do is just delete. We have to teach how to delete the tags, delete it from a relationship, and we are done. So anyway, thanks for staying tuned, guys. I hope you had fun in this video. I'll see you